My dear students, so welcome to the special video sessions of your geography class for class 9, right? So today, as usual, okay, another very special and important topic I'm going to discuss in this video sessions today. So today, of the very first chapter of your class 9 geography, okay, since it is there in your syllabus, the topic I am going to highlight today with facts and figures are actually as it is mentioned out here, the moon and its, brief details. So, since the moon is there in the very first chapter, the shape of the earth, okay, so details of the moon you're supposed to learn. Maybe some questions based on the moon you are going to face, okay, in your annual exam. So details is a must to learn. So you must have some knowledge about this particular satellite, the lone satellite of the Earth, right? So, like some other planets of the solar systems, our Earth is also having its a lone natural satellite, right? Okay. So there are so many effects and importance of means towards our life and on Earth. Okay, there are so many importances of the moon. So, as a student of geography, you must have a clear concept about this particular natural satellite of our own unique planet Earth, right? So, let's know some basic information of the moon so that it will be very handy and so that you can score marks, each question based on the moon if it comes, right? So, let's learn about the details of this moon, right? As it is mentioned. So, moon. As I've said, basic facts, right? Now, some basic statistics about moon you have to know. First of all, I'd like to inform you basic statistics. Statistics about moon. What is this? See. Say for instance, distance from the so as I've said, distance from the Earth. What is the distance from the Earth of this particular moon, right? Between moon and the Earth, the distance is very important. Maybe it will be your 2 marks or 1 mark questions, okay? So this figure, maybe 1 mark questions for you. So there are some statistics about the moon, or the numericals and data are very important to learn. So it will give you as a chance to score more marks in your subjects. So this is one distance. They say for instance, now what is the size of the moon? So diameter of your this lone satellites. What is the diameter of the moon, right? But my point, 3000, how much? 400, but my point, 30 kilometer. If I am not wrong, 3430. Is it 3430? Yeah? Now see, this is, so depending on this particular size of the moon diameter, actually, if you compare with the Earth, if you compare with the size of the Earth, moon is actually, it is just 1/4 of the, it's just 1/4 of the Earth, But my point, suppose if this is the Earth, this will be this much moon, almost 1/4, if you try to be, maybe a little more so, clear? So this is Earth, this is moon. The size if you can compare, so 1/4 as I have seen, right? Got my point? So these are the vital statistics you can say about the moon, the distance from the Earth, and the diameter of this thing moon. Now next it is 1/4 as a size. There are some other facts that also you have to learn. This is very important. Like suppose period of rotation. Period of, I'm writing big so that you can have a clear view. Period of rotation of moon. So if I say period of rotation of moon, what is the period of rotation of moon? It is 29 days. Got my points? Then negative, if you give more, this thing here 12 hours and 40 minutes. I'm writing short. So 29 days. Okay. Also, what is more special and very unique and peculiar, you can see, both the rotation and the revolution of the moon, okay, around the Earth actually is almost same. See the revolutions. Now, what is this next period of revolution of moon? What is this? Now, this time 27 days. Okay, these and these, don't you see quite close? Okay, quite almost same period. It rotates also and it revolves around the, what is this? Earth. Got my point? So 27 days, okay, 7 hours and 30 minutes. 7 hours and 30 minutes. Got my point? Okay. Now, so this particular period of rotation and revolutions, right? So rotation and revolution of the moon, okay, keeping the Earth in the middle, is almost the same period. That's why certain things happens to us. So we only get to see the one side of the moon. Okay, the same side of the moon is visible from the Earth. Got my point? Why? If the question becomes why same side of the moon is visible from the Earth, every alternate year, this is the common question, right? So you see, since the period of the rotation and the period of revolution of the moon is almost same, okay, 27 and 29 days respectively. So what happens? We see only one side of the moon of the Earth. Clear? Got my point? Now I think this particular okay mechanism. So if I try to show you diagrammatically, that will be more clear to you. Got my point? So let's come to the clear understandings about this particular. Why only we see one side of the moon from the surface of the Earth, right? Let's see. So try to understand. So this, okay, I think statistics are very important. The rotation, revolution, distance from the Earth and the diameter is 1/4, right? Next. Sometimes the data and the information, so these values, it differs from these things from one book to another, different reference book, but okay, more or less it remains almost same. So what I have said, the question is why we see only one side of the moon, okay, from our Earth. As I have said, since the rotation of the moon and the revolution of the moon is almost, it takes the same duration or the same period to complete. Both the movement, rotation and the revolution, it takes same period. So we see from the Earth one side of the moon, okay, always visible to us. How? So diagrammatically, as I have said, if I try to, okay, so after this pattern statistics, so suppose this is your, okay. Consider this is your Earth. We are here. Okay, now say for instance, elliptical orbit of the moon, right? So this elliptical orbit of the moon, over here, what we notice actually, right? What we notice, suppose when moon appears here, suppose this is the moon. Got my points? So what happened out here? Okay, it also what? Rotates. Clear? So you see this half from the Earth, if you observe here from the Earth, this will be visible to you. Okay, this will be visible. So it rotates out here. Okay, it rotates this direction and this direction. It rotates, and when moves come, suppose here, say for instance. So what happened? This half will be visible to you. This is the darker side of the moon, and this is the what? Darker side of the moon. If I try to see the different position of the moon, okay, while revolving. Okay, so what happens when it rotates like this? Rotates like this. So rotation and revolution, since it is same, and rotation is same fashions. So what happens? Only we see this side and this side, that side. Never it can be seen from the Earth, any place from the Earth. But my point. Even here also, you try to consider this is a bigger circle I've drawn. Now, since my board is small. Now, see, suppose the moon is here in this position. What happened? Again, you see, it rotates like this. It rotates like this. So, this is your what is it? Opposite side, the darker side. Are you getting a point? This is the brighter side. Yeah. Again, you try to consider out here. So this will be the away side of the moon from the earth. Okay. So what happened? Because of the rotation of the moon, okay, it rotates. It also rotates like this. When it rotates, only we can see this side, and this side is visible from the earth. Clear? So as it is said, this revolutions it takes 27 days, and this rotation, okay, this one is also take 29 days. But my point, and rotating in fashion, that's why we see that side, opposite side is never seen from our earth, right? So we see only one side of the moon because since its revolution and rotation place almost the same and almost these fashions, right? So whatever the positions even out here if you consider, okay, this is again the darker side and this is the brighter side, right? So anywhere here, or this any position during its orbital journey, okay, from my point on its elliptical orbit, the moon's one side or the same side is always seen from the earth. It appears towards only the one side or the same side. Clear? Yeah. So, is that okay to you? So, as I have said, this is very important. Diagrammatically also, they can ask you to represent, okay, why only one side of the moon is visible from the earth. This is nothing just because the rotational and revolutionary period is in such a way, and the duration of both this motion is almost takes same time. That is why we see only one side or the one side of the moon always from our earth. I hope it is clear to you. But my points now, see, there are some other basic importance. So I hope it is clear to you, right? So let's learn some other facts and all those things. So this is a vital part of the moon. Okay, normally it comes as a 2 marks or 3 marks questions every time. So one of the basic facts for you boys. Next, see, you must have learned about the moon in your junior classes, other details. Since it is in class 9, so you have to know little greater detail about the moon, right? Now, as I've said, period of rotation and revolutions. Okay, the period of rotations, specifically, as I have said, period of rotation, right? How much it takes? 29 days. Okay, but my points, 12 hours and 40 minutes. I'm ready. So 29 days. Okay. Got my point? When it completes one rotation, when the moon, okay, got my point? The moon completes one rotation, it completes one rotation on its axis. Okay, got my point? One rotations. This is moon. Okay. And when it completes one rotation from here, it will come again here. It will start from down here. So one rotation it takes almost 29 days. So this is actually also known as sidereal month. Sidereal motions of the moon. Got my point? Sidereal. Yeah, yes. So what is sidereal month? They can ask you. Got my point? So this is just nothing the period of rotation, not revolutions, not to be confused with revolution. We are coming on to that, right? So period of rotation, which normally of 29 days, right, to complete one rotation is known as sidereal month. On the other hand, you see next is what? Period of revolution. Period of revolutions, right? That means keeping the earth in the middle. When the moon completes its journey, started from here, from this, it has started and came back to the same spot. Moon came back to the same spot, giving around the earth. Okay, this period of revolution. Already I have said, already 27 days. certain hours and minutes, right? As I have 7 hours and 30 minutes. These and there is a basic important thing is there. Okay, these and the time frame or interval of period between the two successive new moon, right? You know what is new moon and full moon? Full moon is Purnima, and the new moon is what? Amavasya, the total darkness in that very night. Okay, we really get scared to go out, especially the child's. Got my point? So what happened? Amavasya, the total darkness, when moon is not at all visible. Okay, so two successive time frame. Okay, the time interval or the period between two successive the new moon actually is also known as certain other thing. That is, we calculate our month through that only, right? What is that? So this is almost similar to this, or equivalent, you can say, the period between, try to understand, two, got my point? Successive new moon, right? From one new moon to another, from one Amavasya to another Amavasya. That means, right? That means it indicates the total revolution of the moon, around the earth. Actually, that particular period, is known as, what is this? Lunar month. That you understand? Lunar month, or also it is known as what? Synodic month. It is also known as synodic month. So lunar month and synodic month is just nothing. It indicates the total period of revolutions, especially from one new moon to another new moon. The time interval between the two successive new moon. The new moon started, again it has gone to the full moon and back to the new moon again. The people from the moment of new moon again return back to the same new moon position. Almost takes 1 month. Means how we calculate our calendar month, right? So that is what lunar month or sign. So what happens? The importance of moons, the time calculations, period and preparation of calendar. It totally depends on about the revolution of the moon. So that is why moon is very important in our day-to-day life. We fix our strategies and calendar and timetable and all those work schedules and everything. Yearly calendar and all those things with this the revolution of the earth. That is why movement and the motion of the moon is very important in our day-to-day life, right? This is another excellent contribution of the moon towards our life, right? So I hope this data is clear to you. Clear? So what I have said, the synodic month or the lunar month is nothing. It is just the time period, between two successive new moon, right? From one Amavasya to another Amavasya, right? One lunar month, what is this? New moon to another new moon. Clear? Whereas the sidereal month is nothing. It indicates the rotation period of the moon. Is that clear to you? So this is what 2 marks questions will be based on these details, and you have to answer it. So if you have the clear concept, you will never forget it. So diagrammatically, that is why I am trying to present you so that we can learn and remember while watching this videos, right? So this is for you. All the details, main details of the moon. There are some other facts. We'll discuss it. Let's learn some more important facts of this moon. So up to this, I hope it is clear to you. Now, if you were to know the other details of the moon, you see, apart from this, synodic months and sidereal month and all those basic features, about the moon, you see, as you know that moon, it doesn't have its own light, right? It always reflects with the light of the sun, like our Earth also, right? So what happens? It doesn't have its own light, right? So portion of the moon which is visible to us, it is actually not the moon's own illuminations. The brightest it is actually the reflected sun rays on the surface of the moon, which is visible from the Earth, from any portion of the Earth. Got my point? So now, see, there are some other basic facts about the moon. As I've seen, that you must have learned it, okay? The gravitational pull of the moon is very less. Got my point? Though it has its contributions, okay? This gravitational pull of the moon pulling the Earth's water bodies and causing the tide that you know. Got my point? So gravitational force of the moon is quite low, very low. That is what happened. The weight of any substance in the moon, weight of the substance depends on the force of the gravity, right? As you have learned already in your science subject. Similarly, any substance which is it's weighing out here in the earth is suppose, okay, this thing, okay, 60 kilo, over there it will 10 times, it will reduce over there. Got my point? So because of these, what happened, and also because of it has no light, okay, because of less gravity, the moon actually, you see, it is totally, it doesn't have any cloud, it doesn't have any water, since there is no water vapor, and I meant to say there is no atmosphere, okay. So moon doesn't have its atmosphere because there is no gravity and no gases also, right? So as I have seen, the details of the moon and its composition. What I have said, right? What are these moon's compositions? As I have said, okay, it doesn't have its own temperature. It's okay, but my point is made up of what? If you want to learn the composition at least, right? So what happens? If I write no atmosphere, number one, right? Since an atmospheric elements and its elements, atmosphere and its elements. Since atmosphere is not there, okay, it has low gravity. Another thing, right? It has low gravity, no gases. It doesn't have any gas, right? So it has variation in temperature. Temperature varies. Variation is high, you can see. Now temperature variation is high. This is why temperature in the moon is actually very high. The fluctuation, range of temperature is very high within the surface of the moon. Why? Got my point? As I have said, that you see, if you consider this is sun, okay, and somewhere in the space it is moon, what will happen? So sun rays, okay, suppose this portion is receiving the sun rays, but my point is always, this is the darker side of the moon, so the brighter side, okay, the temperature will be abruptly high, maybe 134 degrees Celsius, okay, the brighter side. But my point, that facing, the facing, okay, portion of the moon which faces, okay, this is your moon. And the opposite side, which is direct in the shadow, actually, on the opposite side, which remains darker, the temperature out here minus 150 degrees Celsius or so, right? So you can see the huge variations, okay? Below 0 degree, far below down 0 degree, it is minus 153 degree, okay? Even the temperature more less than this thing, even lesser than Antarctic and Arctic region, okay? And the brighter side is quite higher, right? In our Earth, in a hot extreme hot summer month, we have almost average temperature 36 or 30, okay? In our Rajasthan and all those sides, okay, it is nearing 50, okay? But my point is, average is 50, the highest temperature, 50, 51 or 48. But you see it is quite okay, higher in the brighter side. Now see, other things are, the side which faces the sun is, okay, I mean, from our Earth also, somewhere maybe the Earth is here, okay. So side we observe, okay, close to the Earth is what called near side, okay. And we see only one side of the moon, as I have said already in earlier discussion, and the opposite side is known as far side. Opposite side is known as far side. That side is known as far side, this side is known as near side. The brighter side, actually near side, which you always face, we see one side of the moon always. So near side and far side. First side actually it trapped in the shadow and the darker always with this minus 153 Celsius weather. Okay, brighter of the side is temperature. You see there is a great variation as I mentioned this much. Okay, 134 degrees Celsius. So this is what very interesting facts are there, and this data you should have in you to score marks and to know the greater details about this particular natural satellite of our very own art, right? So this much. Some other details if I try to show you. So this is what you have about your moon. So there are some other facts. Now composition, as I have said, if you all want to know the composition over here, certainly it is made up of what, right? It is made up of the surface topography, topography, the surface of the earth, surface is quite irregular. It is quite irregular. It's not a smooth flat surface, There are, you can say, mountains, as it is noticed and observed by the our astronauts and all those things, and we have said our scientists also over there at mountains. There are craters, and peaks also, volcanic mountains and craters. This much only there. Featureless, there is somewhere it is featureless plain. In other place, featureless plains also are there. These are the surface details, uneven, irregular surface details of the earth, and mostly it is made up of basaltic lava. It is made up of basaltic lava, right? Clear? So, as it is said, if you it is believed by the scientists that actually about the origin of the moon, the formation of the moon actually, origin or formation of the moon, formation actually, it was actually 4.5 billion years ago. The back one is made up of some, so over there the soil it is tested, it is of basaltic in nature, right? It is irregular, very irregular, you can say it is the peaks are there, caves are there, craters are there, vertical points, also featureless plains are also there. These are the other details, and already I have said no atmosphere, very low gravity, no gases, no atmospheric phenomena, like no cloud, no water, nothing, right? This is what all about. That is why it is not ideal conditions it provides for life support. That is why no life exists on the moon. So this is what it is your details of the moon, right? So this much I think is enough. If some question comes, it will be definitely based on these details only. Clear? Now, I'm wrapping it up. So what is more important, especially during its revolution and rotations, one more important thing we notice, that is I am going to highlight just now. So up to this, these details will help you to score all those objective and 2 marks questions. So you watch this video, right, and learn all those facts and data, right, and details of this. In your book it is nicely written. What you have got to do, you have to revise them and learn all those data as I have seen. Now, I will conclude this class by highlighting one very interesting fact about this moon. You see, throughout the month, in our calendar month, have you noticed in your clear sky in the night, that we see a different shape of the moon. Not every day we get the full glow like a full moon. Not every day we get it completely dark. So different shape and different percentage of the circular moon it appears to us. I'll give more point. So what is the basic geographical or scientific reason behind this? Clear? I mean to say why moon is visible partially and in different shape and size it appears to us throughout the month. So that is it's very important to know. Some question may be based on that also. So nothing, it is just because of the effects of the motion of the moon. So moon is not stationary, it's also moving around the earth, in its orbital journey, in its orbital path, when it's giving a round, it gives a round. What happened? Different shape and different shape of the moon is visible to Earth. Is visible to Earth. From any surface or portion of the Earth, we can see. Okay, throughout the month, it's different shape and size. Okay. Okay, at a certain period of the month, certain days we see the full glow, we consider it full moon, that is Purnima. In certain, other days we see it is decreasing its size from full circle to it's minimizing, and it gets completely darker. Again from completely darker, slowly it gains its size, increases its size, and finally comes to the full moon. Okay, so from new moon to full moon, okay, one new moon to another new moon, the shape varies. Why so? Just because of the rotational and revolutional effect we see, since we see different size and shape of the moon, one side of the moon, it visible, we see only the different portion of the moon in different days through a lunar month, or you can say the synodic month. Clear? Now I think a diagram will clear your concept better, right? So let's learn this particular fact about this. Okay, this is known as what I have said. Phases of the moon. Phases of the moon, right? Now, see, as I have said, the diagram will clear your concept. Phases of the moon. With different portions of the moon, it is visible to us. Now, see. So, keep your Earth in middle. Say, for instance, this is our Earth. Let's draw a little bigger. Right? This is our Earth. Okay. Now consider this Earth. Now somewhere, now different portion of the moon. So if I try to draw it here, the different position of the moon during its orbital journey, right? Here. These are the different positions of the moon. Say for instance, one more, if I draw you up here, if I draw for you here, now see, what I am drawing, the different position of the moon during its journey, right? So for instance, this is the path through which moon gives a round, keeping the Earth in the middle, right? So this is your Earth. Clear? Now see, if this is the moon, these are all the positions of the moon. Now what happens? Somewhere from the far side, the all source of energy, these are the sun rays. Sun rays, it comes towards this. Now what happens if this is the Earth, this is the position of the Earth, and this is moon. These are all the different phases of the moon. Now what happens if I divide it in the middle? What will happen? All these moons, you see, the brighter side and darker side, as I have said. Clear? Over here, particularly what happens in this position, suppose in the straight line, Earth keeping moon in the middle and the sun rays is one side. What happens is this side will be brighter and this side will be what? This side will be completely dark. So from Earth, what we will get to see over here, it will be what? From Earth, it will be what? The complete darkness. Yeah. From Earth, we will see, if you want to observe it, since this portion is blocking the view. So what happens from the area, you will see the darkness of the moon, the full circle, there is no moon at all. So we consider in geography it is what? New moon. Right? Are you getting my point? New moon. New moon day, it has started its journey. So day one, you can see it is 0. Day one it is started. First day, the journey started, say for instance, right? Now, when it comes to this position, what happened actually? This position, so suppose the fourth day of the month, from 0 day, from the number 1 day to 4th day, when it comes, so this complete darkness, it will not be there in the 4th day. You can see slowly, a small portion of the Earth from this angle, with the sun rays, the certain portion of the moon, which will receive the sun rays, and from our this angle of the earth you see one crescentic shaped moon you can see, right? So this is new moon you have understood. So if I try to draw it out here, crescentic, the moon will appear like this. Out of the total, only this much it will appear. This will be darker. But my point, this will be total dark. And there points only this much will be visible. Clear? So in a nutshell, so moon will appear like this at least. Clear? This is known as, when it appears the crescent, the X shape actually, it is known as, what to say, okay, if I write it out here. What? Waxing crescent. Waxing crescent. It is in the 4th day. Clear? Got my points? So what happens slowly when it comes to out here, right? Exactly in the 7th day, right? In the 7th day, what do you notice? In the day 7, if you can see it out here, in the 7th day, what happens out here? You see this place particularly. If I try to show you out here, this place, right? This place, you see half of the moon is visible. Okay, it's almost like this. Out of the total, half moon is visible, right? You see almost half. Okay, it's almost half will be brighter, and it can see from this portion of the arc, right? So this is known as first quarter. On the 7th day, right? 7th day, I am writing out here. This is known as, I am rubbing it here. It is known as, geographically, first quarter. Here, quarter. First quarter. That means on the 7th day, I am writing on the 7th day, the amount of the moon, which gets brighter, which is visible from the earth, is the half. Clear? Then again, you see, on the 10th day, right? When it comes to this position on the 10th day, clear? On the 10th day, what happens? Again, you see, from 1/4, then the half, then almost 3/4 of the moon will be visible. From here, what happens? So over here, if I try to show it, moon will be visible almost 3/4 out of the total. See, almost 3/4 will be visible. 1/4 is less. Have you remembered my points? So if this is the case, almost it will be circle. Out of the total, this will be visible. Clear? So 3/4 of the moon visible on the 10th day. Clear? And this particular thing, it has its own name of this phase of the moon. Actually, it is known as waxing gibbous. Waxing gibbous. Waxing gibbous, and the 4th day, when the 3/4 out of the total 100% brighter, it will be 75%, it will glow there, right? That is what your thing, what is this? Waxing gibbous. Now, at this particular state way, opposite of the, what is this? Sun, from new moon to the opposite side of the earth, when it comes, what you'll see, this side will be what? It will get the sunlight, this portion of the moon gets the sunlight, that will be completely dark. So over here, what is it? You can see the full moon will be brighter. And you know what is it? This is actually full moon day. Full moon day. And that it takes place on 14th day. 14th day of its journey. From the day 1 to 14th day, it gets totally brighter. Full glowing. That is Purnima. We have our full moon on the 14th day. Right? Now, this phase from new moon to full moon is known as waxing phase. Slowly it gets brighter and brighter and complete brightness. But my point, from darker side to the complete brightness of the moon, from one new moon to full moon, this phase is known as what? Waxing gibbous, right? And from full moon to new moon, there's another phase which is waning gibbous. That means from brighter object, slowly it gets decreased. It goes to the darker side and it loses its complete brightness, no visibility at all, back to the new moon, right? This is known as waning gibbous. Clear? So below Below, as I have said, below I am showing what? Okay, it is waxing. This thing gibbous and waning gibbous. Waning means, okay, slowly it gets waning means it is disappearing, right? So what happens on 18th day, okay, when moon comes here, what happens actually on 18th day over here? You see again from the full moon you see, okay, 25% already it is not visible, so it will come up to this shape, okay. That means slowly it is losing its size, okay, slowly it's losing its size. That person is not visible, right? So only you can say again 3/4 is visible. Clear? It is on the 18th day, okay. So I am writing outside. Let's write in the outside. So this person is on the 18th day, right? And this is known as what? As I have said, this is a waning phase. Okay, waning gibbous. Waning gibbous. Okay, only the immediately after the full moon, when it starts decreasing, going to the waning phase. Okay, the waning phase. Okay, you can see only 25% already lost. From the full moon, it has started decreasing and losing its brightness. Okay, and 25% already is darker, entered to the darker side, not receiving the sunlight. Only this much from the earth it is visible. So, okay, this is known as waning gibbous. Again, back to this position, opposite to the when half moon we have seen out here on the 7th day. Okay, on the 20, I'm writing it up. Okay. Over here on the 22nd day, okay, on the 22nd day exactly what happened. Again, okay, it started complete slowly losing, and it almost half of the moon. Okay, out of the total half will be seen, right? Half will be disappear. Half you cannot see, right? So if I write it properly, you see only half moon is visible. Clear? Got my point? Okay, this is known as what? This is known as first quarter, this will be your last quarter. And this geographically is known as what? Last quarter. Last quarter, as I have said, right? So last quarter, on the 22nd day, it started losing from the full moon, half already lost and half on the 22nd day. Again, okay, as it starts losing its brightness when it comes to over here, okay, 26th day, on the day 26, okay, 26th day, what happened out here? On 26th day, over here, you see, moon, it will lose completely, it is 35% you see, after the half, so again it starts losing more portion of the moon, so you see, out of the total portion you see, okay, only this much, okay, this much will be seen, right? So if I try to draw it in the middle, that means what? Okay, it will be again this much, right? A crescentic moon, okay, and this crescent is known as, okay, that is waxing crescent, this will be waning crescent, okay, waning, try to understand, this will be waning crescent, and again back to the new moon, and waning crescent, actually this much also it will be lost on the 29th day, over here again on 29th day, okay, it will be back to the same 0 day, okay, that it has completed its full, okay, revolution, are you good my point? So 29 days is the complete period of, okay, revolution of the moon, keeping the earth in the middle, right? And during its journey, we see different portion of the moon, okay, it's brighter and it is visible to us, okay, and the whole phenomena, okay, which is divided into two phases, that is waxing phase from dark new moon to the slowly gains the brightness up to full moon, complete bright, right, totally visible. Then again it starts losing its brightness, okay, it's losing its brightness percentage wise, and it comes back to the again new moon, that is no moon at all in the atmosphere, from the earth it is seen, it is on the 29th day, and the journey completes, okay, I got your point. So this is what it is your okay, lunar month, and we can see in entire lunar month different portion of the moon is visible to us in a different shape, right? And this total phenomena is actually, what is it? Phases of the moon. Phases of the moon. So I have tried to clear this idea about this, okay, phases of the moon. Is that okay? Right? So as I have said, if you divide it in the middle, okay, downside from darker side to brighter side, waxing phase, you see, okay, waxing crescent on the 4th day, only 25% is visible, half is visible on the 7th day, okay, 75% or 3/4 is visible on the 10th day. So waxing gibbous from waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous is waxing minded, and full moon, right? Next, it starts losing. That phase is known as waning phase. In waning phase, the first is opposite to waxing gibbous. Waning gibbous only out of the total 100%, only 75 and 25% lost already. It is known as what? Waning gibbous. Then again start losing further. 50% lost already, disappeared. 50% is it appears to us on 22nd day, last quarter. This is first quarter on the 7th day, last quarter. This is first quarter, last quarter. Okay, 50%. Again losing further. Only 25% is visible. Okay, 75% already lost. This 75% already lost. Okay, that means construct and it's not visible from here. Yeah. So what happened? It is known as last phase. That is okay. Waning crescent. It backs to crescent. Okay. Over here also crescent. 25% visible crescent. Waxing crescent. Over here waning crescent. So waning means losing. Okay. Remember, waning phase is something, okay, wrong. Someone is losing its strength and power, all the thing. Waning phase. Your mobile battery is waning. Are you going to point? So you need to recharge it again. So this is what, okay, your students, your phases of the moon, right? Hope it is clear to you. This much details, I hope it is enough about this natural satellite of the Earth. Since it is there in your syllabus, you have to go through to score marks, right? So class 9 is very important. All those basic and geographical concepts and all those chapters, it demands a greater explanations. All those facts and figures, you are supposed to learn it thoroughly. So about moon, I hope and I believe if you watch this video, it will clear your concept and you can memorize it easily, right? So tally with your books, and watch these videos, couple of times. I think you will get to know, and it will be easy for you to memorize and keep all those data and figures in your mind and the concept of all those happenings as I've seen, right? So this is for you, dear students. Watch it, and learn it. Okay, I'll come again with some other facts and figures, right? Till then, take care and thanks for watching. See you.